Joining us now, you see him in the docu-series, happens to be married to Joe Exotic. It's Dillon Passage from Pensacola. He is live. How you doing, Dillon?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing very well. Your climate out there looks absolutely
It's
amazing.
it's pretty sunny out. Yeah, but I gotta take advantage. They
Yeah.
have
So,
some beach volleyball courts like open, so me and some friends come down here and play every once in a while.
all right, just make sure you're staying safe out there. But let's talk
Oh,
about
for
Tiger
sure,
King
for sure.
because everybody is obsessed with this show. Why do you think it has struck a chord with America?
Definitely because of the quarantine, everybody was kind of stuck at home. They didn't have any choice but to watch it. You know what I mean?
Right, but it is like everyone says, well, what is it about? And I try to describe it to them. How would you describe it to somebody who hasn't seen it?
Um, you get these are in Joe's words, a gay gun-toting redneck. And I mean, who's gonna want to ignore that? You know what I mean?
Right, he owns tigers. You're married to you now. Used to have two other husbands.
Three.
Ran
I'm his
for
fourth. I'm
office.
his
You're
fourth.
the fourth. Now, are
Yeah,
you the only husband right now?
I'm the only husband. Yeah.
How
I
would
mean,
you?
it's a good question. It's definitely relevant.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair question, right? How would you describe your relationship?
I mean, it's really good. I mean, obviously, it's a little difficult because Joe's in jail, or prison, I guess. But we communicate as much as we possibly can, and we let each other know exactly what happens during our day and this and that. So it's a lot of positive interactions between him and I.
Right.
Um,
I think it's safe to
it-
say that Joe has wanted to be famous pretty much his whole life. Now he is famous.
yeah,
And what's his reaction to it? Because he doesn't really get to enjoy the fame.
I mean, he calls himself Joe Exotic, so any kind of attention, he obviously loves. And like this is what him and I kind of joke about, but he mentions all the time like, "Oh, I've always wanted to be famous." I was like, "Well, it's only taken you going to jail to get there." Even if it's for like very negative reasons. But yeah, he knows he has a lot of fans on the outside. He gets a lot of fan mail and letters, like hundreds, thousands. It's insane. Um, but he loves every second of it. Unfortunately, he can't enjoy it because he is where he is. But he knows that he's got a lot of people out there rooting for him.
How much of the show is real? How much of that is really Joe's personality, and how much is he hamming it up for the cameras?
Um, so that's kind of a weird question, just because there is obviously two sides to Joe. In front of the camera, that's what you guys know as Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. But behind the camera, he's like super sweet, sensitive, mushy, romantic, and he does that for a reason. In front of the camera, nobody's gonna be drawn into just a big old mushy crybaby. So he definitely, you know, entertains that kind of fantasy.
Right. I know that he's hoping to get exonerated of the murder for hire charges. Right now, he's serving 22 years in federal prison. People want him out of prison. Even did you reach out to Kim Kardashian and Cardi B?
Yeah, I did, and I never heard anything back. But I mean, they're obviously very busy people. And I mean, my name, the only platform I've reached out on is Instagram, and my name isn't even my name on there, like my tag. So it's kind of, reasonable that they haven't reached back out.
Right. Should he get out of prison? Is he innocent?
I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect, but I'm not necessarily saying he's completely guilty. There's been a lot of things, that have impacted where he is. I mean, he has done some things wrong, but he was 100% set up in this, and like that's all going to come to light in his appeal process.
And did you see the national reporter ask President Trump about a pardon?
I did, yeah. I mean, I thought it was a little. I mean, obviously, it's exciting for the president to even mention Joe's name. He's a big Trump supporter. Me, myself, am not any way political. I don't care for it. But he obviously was super excited to hear that the president even said his name. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna hope for the best, but there's obviously no promises to be made in that situation. So we're just gonna kind of have to wait it out and see what happens.
Yeah. Is Joe in good spirits? in there?
I mean, he's in jail, so I can't really say he's, a happy-go-lucky dude like he usually is. But he's definitely staying positive and hoping for the best. He's very optimistic and that this is going to turn out the way he wants it to. So hopefully, it all works out in the end.
If he has to do the entire 22 years, are you going to wait for him?
See, him and I have had that conversation. If I decide to move on and find somebody, which I don't feel the need to do right now, I'm more focused on getting Joe out and kind of making a name for myself. So like having a partner right now isn't a big deal to me. But he's told me, if I don't want you to be lonely for the rest of your life. So if I do find somebody, he'll be supportive. And if I do, then, I mean, it's not like I'm just going to dip out on Joe. I'm still going to be there supporting him and all the things he needs to be done.
How much has your life changed since this documentary? Because you guys are sort of now celebrities. Are you getting celebrity treatment?
See, I mean, I feel like it's so weird to say just because I don't feel like that. Just because, like, I see other people, I'm like, oh my God, Brad Pitt, like Johnny Depp, like all these other people. I'm like, those are celebrities. Me, I feel like I just like to say I'm trending. It's like just happening for now. So, I mean, yeah, I get some people who are like, let me take a picture with you. Like a police officer even asked me, and I was like, this is kind of weird. So, I mean, it's been overwhelming for sure, and definitely not anything that I'm used to. My life was not supposed to be documented like this and put on blast. I mean, even on the show, I was only on there for like 2 minutes, like tops. So, I mean, it's a different situation for everything to blow up the way it has.
Yeah. What are you doing now to make a living?
I bartend, but currently during the quarantine, obviously that's not happening. But
Right.
May 1st, Pensacola opens back up.
Right. You think about Halloween, and we don't know what it's going to look like in the new normal, but the costumes are going to be everywhere online.
It is never going to be the same, let me tell you. Halloween is going to be so different, for sure. I'm going to see little kids dressed up as Carole Baskin and Joe Exotic, and it's just insane.
I mean, the memes right now are everywhere,
Yeah.
and people are making T-shirts. I mean, my friends and I made a spoof music video. It's everywhere. What's your reaction when you see those things?
They're freaking hilarious, and I've like read them off to Joe, and he just laughs. And he's even had guards in the prison show him the memes, and they think it's hilarious, and he absolutely enjoys it. Even like Doc Antle, we'll send each other memes back and forth, and he just gets a kick out of them as well.
Dillon, I got to ask you, did Carole Baskin kill her husband?
It's definitely a sketchy situation. She may have killed her husband, but there's a good chance that she also did not. It's kind of just up to the justice system to figure out if she did. Because if she did, then she did. If she didn't, she didn't.
It's pretty ironic, though, that they are reopening the case, 2 decades later because of the documentary.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like, the police force and, like, all the technologies involved in it have obviously, like, progressed, and they're a lot better than they were back then. So there's definitely a better chance for them to find something. But I think that they should really just check that damn septic tank, because she put it in as soon as he was gone, There's got to be some kind of evidence in there.
Yeah, so many different theories going around. What about a reunion show? I know there's been talks of that, and a major motion picture.
So there was the reunion show that Netflix already put on. That was episode 8 in the series. And I mean, I was contacted about it, but I didn't think it was fair for Netflix to kind of bring in a different production company that was different from the original producers who made the first 7 episodes. Because I actually grew pretty close with them, and for somebody to ride their kind of success and, kind of take over the time, effort, and money that they spent on creating such a big name for the show and making it so good, I don't think it's fair for somebody else to come in and kind of ride that success wave. So
yeah, I watched that reunion show. That wasn't much of a reunion show. It was Joel McHale doing a few interviews. But would you participate if they made this another reality show?
Probably not. No. I mean, I my story's already out there, and that's all I care. I don't really care about the public opinion. You are more than welcome to think whatever you'd like, but I've spoken my mind and let people know exactly how I feel and what my situation is, and Joe's done the same thing. Obviously not to the extent because he is where he is, but um, yeah, it's a dicey situation. So I mean, if the opportunity arises, I may have to think about it. It's going to be something I talked with my manager about. So we'll see what happens. But movies, I have heard rumors of that, but I haven't seen any like set in stone kind of contracts made.
Yeah, Joe said if they make a movie, he wants either Brad Pitt to play him or David Spade. Who would you choose? Who would you choose to play you?
Zac Efron. That man is beautiful as hell.
That would actually be a good cast for you, a good casting.
I really say that just because I'd like to meet him, and he wouldn't have any other choice but to meet me if he's going to try to play my character.
There you go. Well, Dillon, we're wishing you all the best. You seem like a pretty good guy. I hope everything works out for you and for Joe.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Glad you guys had me on.